Stimați colegi, este un moment de asemenea important în tradiția universității noastre ca de a avea cu această ocazie a zilelor universității o conferință din partea unui invitat străin care are un cuvânt de spus într-un domeniu care este de interes pentru universitate. Motivul pentru care astăzi Simu Memorial Lecture va fi prezentat de către domnul Carlos das Neves Martins. Și o să-mi permiteți, vă rog, să îl introduc, pentru că, introducându-l și spunând câteva vorbe despre cariera sa, veți să înțelegem mai bine și mesajul și rațiunea pentru care l-am invitat să țină această conferință. So please allow me to introduce today's speaker for the Simu Memorial Lecture, Mr. Carlos das Neves Martins. I must confess that I invite him to deliver this lecture not only because of his expertise in the field, but also as a bridge between his knowledge and our university's ongoing project, University Hospital, which are currently developing. So, Mr. Carlos José das Neves was president of the Algarve Health Authority. In 1999, he was elected as a member of parliament and suspended his duty in the period from 22 to 25 due to position held as Secretary of State for Health and Deputy Secretary of State to the Ministry of Tourism, respectively. Between 2012 and 2013, he was advisor to the Ministry of Health for the area of international relations and cooperation and interministerial strategic projects. And from February 23 till May 29, he was the Chief Executive Officer of the Board of Directors of the Centro Hospitalar Universitario Lisboa Norte. He has been also the chairman of the Academic Medical Center of Lisbon from March 23 until April 26, 2016, and after member of the board until May 2019. Between 2017 and 2019, he was invited professor in the postgraduate health management class in many universities. Between May and December 2019, he was chief executive officer at Oman International Hospital. During 2020, he was consultant for Europe and at Conexa Saúde. He was also senior consultant in the support for the development of a national strategy for genomic medicine in Portugal. Actually, he is chairman of the advisory board of the Academic Center for Biomedical Research and Training at the Algarve University and member of the advisory board at Portugal Agora, both positions since 2016. Chief Executive Officer of the Board of Directors of Unidade Local de Saúde de Santa Maria, Chairman of the Academic Medical Center of Lisbon, and member of National Independent Board for the Evaluation of University Local Units. So this is Mr. Carlos José das Neves, shortly. Mr. Carlos das Neves Martins, thank you for joining us today, and take the floor is yours.
Dear Rector, Professor Leonardo Azanfirei, dear President of the Senate, dear members of the University and academic guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, it's really a pleasure to be here with you in these special days of your university. It missed something in my introduction. My professional home is the University of Algarve. But the health sector just make part of 34 years of my life. Then I was there for a while, and I'm still waiting the day to turn back. As I used to say to my rector, one day I came back when I realized that I have done quite everything I can do in the health sector. Then I have two passions, the academic life. That's why when I have the chance, I am teacher, trying to share my knowledge with students in the health care sector, more or less. And then the health care that is a passion for a couple of years. Of course, I'm a young manager. A warm thank you to you, Mr. Rector, for the invitation to participate in your university days and to be here with you, sharing, and congratulations for the honoris causa to Professor Cristina Daniela, to share with you these moments and feel at home. I'm feeling at home. In spite of not dominating well the language, but I understood quite a lot, because the Portuguese and the Romanian are not so far away, and I must confess that at home someone speaks Romanian also. Then I have a special touch for the language. And it's a pleasure to be here with you. And well, I was still yesterday, and I told that to Professor Leonardo Azanfirei, thinking what I go to share, because I'm here to share my experience, and I try to do my best and hope that you like it. And I saw now my colleague of the board, Professor Rita Marin, that is also with us. It's my CMO, and it's a pleasure to see you in Tergomures. Then some real facts, a snapshot. It could be 5 or 50 slides, but let me remember that. What's the starting point? We have a shortage of 10 million healthcare workers predicted. That's what we have for the incoming years all over Europe. Yesterday evening, in a lovely dinner with the colleagues from the medicine school and colleagues from a couple of countries in the world, we were speaking about 1 or 2 problems, and we realized that it's the same here or in South America. We have some problems to face in the incoming years. The patients' expectations are going up and up, obviously for the third reason. We have 3 times more people age 80 plus in 2050, and actually also we have a grown of people that need more cares, more health care than usually, and they expect the society and the National Health Service to give them back what they have gave during years and years to their country, to their town, and to the system, paying taxes. Then the expectations are higher, not just we need to have the best healthcare in a short time, having innovation, and having the best healthcare professionals taking care of us. 1/3 of the hospitals reports operating loss. Of course, I'm speaking about the public hospitals, not the private ones or the sector itself. And then we have another issue that is more or less 5% of global CO emissions caused by healthcare sector. This seems odd, but you go to understand some slides after these ones, why I'm speaking about the CO emissions and the responsibility of the health sector. University hospitals. Business as usual versus the future. As you know, the traditional mission, our university hospital, Santa Maria, is celebrating 70 years old. As a university hospital, in the building it is, because we have other years before, quite 1 century, but as a university hospital, we have celebrated this weekend 70 years old. The other hospital is 50 years old. And that's the mission of a traditional hospital, university hospital. Healthcare, excellence, healthcare, because we have the best, we have the knowledge, we have the teachers, we have the researchers, we have the technology, we have the innovation in therapeutics, then excellent healthcare. Research, day by day research, education, the links with the schools of medicine, nursery, engineering, whatsoever, and training young doctors, having residents, having nurses that are qualifying to their specialty. In our hospital, we have per day, more or less, 1,250 youngsters that are the biggest responsibility after the patients that we have, because we have the responsibility to give them the best formation, the best education, to be the best doctors, the best nurses, the best technicians, the best engineers. And that's a mission, a traditional mission of a university hospital. Then we have the modern vision. When I arrived to Hospital Universitário de Santa Maria in 2013, in Aula Magna, with all the managers for all the areas, I thought, let's put another pillar on our mission, innovation. Then I start looking the faces, and I realized maybe it's better to explain what I'm talking about. Because innovation in a university hospital is more technology, more equipments. Being open to, in the diagnosis and in therapeutics, to buy innovation, to let them come in with innovation. And I said, let's be practical and have an agreement from today till the incoming days, until I'm here. Technology and therapeutics, that's not innovation. That's in the ADN of a university hospital. I cannot concept a university hospital that don't have, day by day, the best state-of-the-art technology and the last therapeutic to face some diseases and to research. Then that's not the innovation I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about the other innovation, a new culture, trying to be modern, try to forecast what we're gonna have in the incoming months, in the incoming years, and try in advance to find the best answers. One of the problems is that we are always reacting. And I used to say, in the health sector, in the healthcare sector, that's life. We react, but with the patients, we need to react. We don't know how they come, even in the operating theater. The team needs to react to the situation. But in management, you cannot follow that rule or that situation of reaction. You need to anticipate. You need to face the problems, try to check what is going to happen, and then, as I used to say, in participating management, because management is hearing also. You need to hear it, and then to have the best decisions. Then, innovation in management. It's a trend. I used to heard in conference, the new trend is innovation in healthcare management. Okay, but the problem is that the manager don't have time to theoric issues or to make, as I used to say, to make a book or to make some articles about innovation. We need to be practical. Then it's a vision, it's a priority, or it's a culture. In my opinion, is a vision with priorities to create a culture of sustainable management and hospital competitivity to be different and the top one. That's day by day the issue. I used to say that I wake up and I go to bed thinking in the patients. What we have not done during the day and that what we need to do better tomorrow. But also, I'm worried about the other hospitals, the other university hospitals in the first place, but about the private ones. Because sometimes I heard that, oh, the private sector, they are superb, they are the best, they have everything. The best in each country is the public system. I have worked in the private one, even abroad, but where is the knowledge? Where is the research? Where is the quality? Where is the standards of quality? Private sector, by sure. But even in the end of, we can say we have the knowledge. The best knowledge is with us. Especially if we are a university hospital, then we have quite all. Of course, sometimes we delay a little bit longer to buy equipment. Sometimes the decision takes 1 more week. Of course, the private sector is quicker. Of course, they are facing also to be the best and to have more and more patients as clients. And that's another thing that defines us as a university hospital or as a public hospital. I used to say that when the press arrives to me saying, oh, and I used to say, you know the difference between the public and the private sector? In the public, university hospital as we are, that we receive from all country, the first and quite only question in the first moment says, what do you have? What's your problem? In the private, how are you going to pay? That's a big difference between us. Then, doing innovation, trying to share with you some of the experience and some of the things we are doing. Just to say that what I've said and what I'm going to say, we are practicing, we are doing it. Develop partnerships. As I told, business as usual is that missions. Excellence healthcare, providing healthcare with excellence, research, education, and shoulder by shoulder with the School of Medicine, 90%, the rest to other schools, and training. And then that's what we are doing day by day. And innovation is the other part of the story. I used to say to some companies, international companies, when they arrive, I said, if you are coming here to sell or to negotiate contracts, this is the wrong place and the wrong guy. That's with my CFO and the procurement. If you are here to discuss how are we going to do better together in a win-win position, let's have a meeting. Maybe you are thinking, that's not possible. Believe me, it's possible. Because we have something that they need, more than our money. And in my case, it's millions. But nevertheless, we have the brands. For instance, you, the Universidade de Mures, you have a strong brand. That brand, joined to a Philips or Siemens brands, make them earn money. If they put in their presentations, they are here with you. For them, it's not just selling something. It's saying, we are in Romania, we are in Transylvania. I used to say that to them, but I got to speak a little bit further about that. Then, value partnership, what's the vision? Join strong brands to our strong brand. And we need to have that position, standing position. We are a strong brand. As a university, hospital, or academic medical center. What's the situation? And we need them to use the international experience of best practice or success. Of course, our community, the teachers, the researchers, the doctors, Of course, we have everybody that goes to conference, fellowships, and they return with some information and with some ideas or proposals sometimes. But they are the ones that know what is failing and know what have success. Because they don't stand in process of innovation if it doesn't have the success they expect, or if it don't have future. Then the best way to try to achieve good tools for our institutions and to say to them, we are available to two situations. One, build together a tool. But then we need to have a very hard negotiation about that, because you're going to use not just our brand, but our knowledge, our doctors, our residents, our knowledge, and our patients. And the second one is tools that are working perfectly in some parts of the world, but we put an eye always in Europe. And then that's another kind of negotiation. And we do innovation for a fair cost and with a good payback. And that is another issue that I want to share with you. Of course, our mission, public mission, and if we are a university hospital or academic medical center, is to do our best as a public service. But let's face it, we need to pay the bills in the end of the month. And we need to have good results in the end of the day, in the end of the year. Then that's a way to reduce costs. That means do more, better with the same arrow, with develop partnerships. And believe me, I don't go to bore you with numbers, but I can prove it. The other issue is that, in fact, we can have money. I have a contract with the government. They give me 75% of what we need for the year. My responsibility in the board is to go after the other 25. It's not reducing 25% of the costs, but try to keep what we agree with the institution, with the staff, and try to catch 25%. That's one of the solutions. Work the best to have the best human capital, because these kind of fellow partnerships are very motivated, are a motivation for the staff, especially for the clinical area, because they can do new things, they can try new things, and they can experiment new things. And then we can be competitive and a reference in healthcare. These kind of fellow partnerships, they are not just for the private sector. They can be used for the public sector. Then we create new incomes and a better economic results. What we have, now let's be practical. Okay, it sounds nice. Maybe it's not possible, but have you done it? Yes, we are doing. We start inside. Before going outside, we need to have our house with organization and have a common goal. And we achieve it with the Lisbon University Medicine School, is our medicine school, the Research Molecular Medicine Institute, the Lisbon University Nursery School, and we have the Lisbon Medicine Academic Center that I am the chairman. We have no juridic, legal tool. We have even a bank account. But we have a board where we align the strategies. And we have a common decision. No one go to buy something that the other has. No duplication of costs. I delivered a couple of years ago, in the other term I was there, a pen drive to the dean of the School of Medicine. He said, my friend, you have here 3 million. because you can go to European funds to have a simulation center, advanced simulation center. I have the project, I don't have the money. You do it, we're gonna use it. And we have one of the 3 best advanced simulation centers in Europe. 60% of Brussels money. Normally, a manager said, I don't have the 3 million, let's wait when I can have it. And then go to knock the door of the authority saying, have you 3 million? No, just for education. Okay. And that's another point, is a consortium where you share. We have monthly meetings. There is the CMO of the University Hospital, actually a unit. I am the chairman, we have the dean. He becomes with one of the members of the direction of the School of Medicine, and we have the Research Institute. We share what is concerning us, and we share opportunities. And then we decide who goes to that opportunity. Or can we help you in your, for instance, months ago, the School of Medicine pointed that after 1 year, they cannot do a nuclear medicine center and a radiopharmac center, no money. And I said, okay, let's see what we can do. Actually, it's the hospital that is leading. We have the place, we have the money, and we're gonna do it. And everybody got to benefit of him. It was our turn to invest and to have money from Brussels to do it. And that can be a good solution when we have a big challenge. Then, it's in opposite, sorry. And develop partnership also can born inside. We have a START center, as you know, is the biggest oncological phase 1 trial center in the world. They are Americans. They are inside us. We rent an area for having a START center in Portugal. It's the first one. We are the only ones that have phase 1 trials. They pay us. They hire our staff. During the time they are their staff, and we put our patients in their trials. And we have regular meetings each 3 months. They are private, but they are inside the hospital. And they just use what we have to sell. They buy everything inside to us. And we make invoice each month. Fair deal. Why start with us if there are millions? Why don't they have just built a center elsewhere in the city of Lisbon? Because we have the knowledge and we have the patience. That's 2 important things for who want to do new things and innovate. We have a clinical trial center that is working very good across the academic medical center. And we have a technological center where is the Advanced Simulation Center. That belongs to the School of Medicine. That building is a new building also. But as I told you, we know perfectly well who is the buildings, who is the equipment. But we use it in profit of the academic center, medical center. Then we went to the pharma market. And we have deal and we sign with Roche Pharma, Roche Diagnosis, Gilead, Novartis. In medical devices, Siemens, Philips, Medtronic, Elekta. Derek, just a detail. We're going to have the first flash knife equipment in Europe. Flash knife equipment was developed by that company and 3 hospitals in the world. It's radiotherapy equipment, new technology. We're waiting for FDA and EMA to say it's everything the license, is everything okay, but we have the equipment yet, and we have made part of that with our knowledge. During 3 years, we make part of the development of this equipment. What are we going to earn? First, the equipment is there by free. Maintenance by free. Our patients go to be treated with state-of-the-art technology. And of course, we're going to say we have the first equipment in Portugal and in Europe. That's also important sometimes for the motivation and the institution. Then from the digital health market, we have Microsoft, Glint, Hopcare, Promptly, Glue IT, AI for Med Imaging. We have partners in consultant market, Microsoft and Tetedatic Via. To do what? What we are doing with them? Names that you know perfectly well, they sell. They sell equipment. They sell pharma, therapeutics. They sell services. They sell consulting. They have not invoiced us €1. They are with us in a win-win partnership in all this process that are running. It's 39, 40 tools that are running inside the hospital or the unit local, the local unit health. That means we have partnerships for process optimization. 13 of that companies are there. In artificial intelligence and data science, 11 of that companies are paying and are helping us to develop tools. And then the rest, as you check the telehealth, we start a couple of years, we just need 2-3 companies and we have to. What that means, that you can make things, different things. You can facilitate management, innovate management. Innovation is not paying. Innovation is the opposite. Maybe you need to pay something, but your payback is fast, is quick. If you have good partnerships, and they are available, and they want to have valid partnerships, to be with institutions, to learn with institutions, and to try if it fits, if it works. If it fits, if it works, they're going to sell all over the world. That's their business. And we keep also very happy because we have the tools. We are doing better. We are doing more. The professionals are happy. And the patients have the best at their disposal. Green Hospital. We started in 2018, 6 years ago. It seems odd that after the Troika, after all the financial and economic and social problems, then when we are just saying, let's do things, we appear with this flag. I told to the institution, let's be a green hospital. Of course, some of them told me, you again? It doesn't exist a green hospital in Portugal. And I said, no problem. I know, and we know how to do. We have a team that knows how to do. Let's make it. Money for that. We had 95% of lost funds from Brussels to make a project of 15 million. We present a project, 15 million. Brussels gives us 95% not refundable funds. We just put 5%. That means we just put less than $1 million. And we have built a centralized power plant, a centralized thermal power, quite 6,000 solar panels in 12,000 square meters of car parking, and a new system of water heating, switch to LED lighting. We changed all the windows. We have done a lot of things. Of course, this is the first phase. We have some things still to make, but let's see if we have money. But what the results in the first 2 years? Less than 4,000 tons of CO emissions, less than 30% of power consumption, and we are paying less, €1 million in energy. And we have some members of the government, some authorities, and the people from the commission of this project very happy because we have done it. We have the biggest plant in the public sector, and we have the biggest project. And that's with 2 reasons. Show that we can do it. It's not our mission. If you found in the mission is not green anything or environment, no. But that's try to have, because we have a huge cost of, we have a big building, then we have a huge cost of energy, water, etc. That was the concern, that was the difficulty. And as Albert Einstein one time said, for each difficulty, you need to find the opportunity. We found it, we tried it. And everybody's more or less with that culture. I spoke about what it is, innovation, the culture. Everybody needs to be in that culture. The residents need to arrive and press the CMO saying, we have here a solution, different solution. And the manager needs to bring us this kind of projects. Of course, we are not doing everything. We need to choose, we need to check if it fits, because we cannot fail. If we fail, you lose money and you lose credibility. Then, the future of sustainable hospitals, some key bullets. This is it. Now I'm going to the end. I'm on time, more 5 minutes. I believe I start with 5 minutes delay because of the beautiful ceremonies with the doctor and professor. Then just some bullets, of course, this presentation that support my conference, go to stay with you, with the hands of your and our rector, but improve patient outcomes and experience, draft staff, productivity, cybersecurity, the people, the staff, the assets, the investment timelines, and be conscious that time can be a cost. I used to say that several times. Time is money. That seems odd because that's a commercial statement. I used to say it, time is money. If you don't treat the patient in the right time, it's money. If you keep putting him in consultation, exams, repeating exams, if you delay the surgery, everything returns to. I used to make some, try to check if everything is running between 4:30 of the morning and 7:30. It's the best moment to check what is happening the day before and other days. And then I found amazing things in the silence of the evening. No phones, nobody asking for meetings or urgency. Sometimes I have meetings with the CMO at 5 in the morning and with the nursery director at 6. But it's volunteer. All of the three, we are volunteers with this. And it was just for 6 months, of course, the first 6 months. But we discover lots of things. The social patients that are waiting for social security answers or family answers. For each 100, and believe we have lots of days, more than 100, we are losing 1,250,000 euros per month. Why? Because they have the so-called alta clínica. The doctor said, you don't need to be here. You need to be with the social security, with your family doctor. And we kept them. As you know, the price of a university bed is too high because we are prepared for state-of-the-art answer. It's overall cost. Then who pays? We, the budget of the hospital. Of course, we don't put the people away. We don't say, you need to go, you need to pay. No. We found another innovative solution. We make contracts with social institutions and we create the so-called proximity beds. They just need a nursery assistance. They just need cares to have a bed, to have someone that take care of them, till the social security put them where they belong, or the family receive them. And then we solve the problem like that. Then smart buildings and I'm near quite finishing, smart buildings are very important in the future because we can manage from the beginning the supply and the service networks interconnected. It's more easy when we make it from the bottom. It's not impossible to have hospitals of the future with a building with 70 years or 50 years. It's not impossible. It's harder, you pay a little bit more, and you need to deal, each time you need to make a move because someone is there. Is there a service, is there a department, and you need to make it. But just two points that are very, very important. Visibility to analytics and benchmarking, and shared and updated management dashboards. It's believe me, very, very important that everyone, especially the manager, especially the ones that have responsibility in all administrative, technicians, nurses, doctors, to know what they have done in the last days, weeks, months. We share each month in the first week, we share all the data to all the managers. All the data. They can see about their service. They can check what it happened. And then with the board, we shared 4 slides with the key issues of the institution. We share 3 days, 72 hours after, we put in the net. The public can see what we are doing. In a substantial point of view, economic point of view, and financial point of view. That means we need to be transparent, but we need to have the tools. We need to share the tools, and we need to create a culture. Because the first time I've done that in 2013, it was a shock. Well, I believe I was running too fast on that moment, 10 years younger, because I put the top 5 plus into the top 5 minus. And that was the question. It was not the worst and the best, it's the same. And then I need to make a general meeting to explain, no, the top 5 plus are the ones that are making a better contribution for our sustainability and our development. The others are the ones that are not giving. Today, everybody accepts, and everybody is asking, sometimes I forgot just to check if they are, and then it's receiving emails or messages. Where are the top 5 plus and less? Because that's benchmarking. We like also to have our position in the National Health Service. We are always waiting. Where are we? We are the best, top 1, we are top 3, top 2, and that's very important, to have that kind of information. And if you cannot have all the information, we don't have still all the information, we don't have a dashboard that we click. We are going to working that, but if you don't have everything, share what you have. Because you start creating a culture of rechecking what we are doing with facts. The worst in management is what I call olfactive management. It seems that someone told me, no, facts, numbers, dashboards, whatsoever. Then digital transformation, the way, it's different approach of digital transformation. Some people said the digital hospitals, smart hospital in fact. That's a step 1, building the digital infrastructure. Never build a house from the roof. We need to build the house from the bottom, create the culture, and rise the house. Sometimes we go fast, but we know why we are going fast. And if anything happened, we know what's the fall. We don't know if it's a big but we know we are the risk of falling. Then the step 2 is enhancing clinical and operations efficiencies. Where the artificial intelligence appears, it's a big discussion. They go to replace the doctors. We start with a small, sometimes the best strategy is the olive oil strategy. You put just a little bit, and then you can manage the growth of that, or putting more. And then we start with, of course, we have other things in the research, etc. But in a practical point of view, we start with a very simple thing. The consultations between our patients, foreign patients, and our staff is no longer with the iPhone, in one hand one, other hand the other. No, we have a tool with Microsoft that the computer is here, the screen is here, no more in front. It's face to face. And the patient speaks in their language, can be any language, because algorithms are ready to go. And the doctor is seeing in half of the monitor is in Portuguese what the patient is saying. And the patient see what is written, if it's okay in their language. Then the opposite, in the end, the doctor make a click, just disappear everything, doesn't go to the cloud, go to the system of the hospital. And then he can make the prescription. We are trying to do it in 2 languages. Let's see if we can do it in January. And then that to explain that this simple thing, you can earn 20%, 30% of your time in a consultation. The doctors, when we spoke about this, then we just make an open morning. Go to the simulation center, you be our guest, and the CMO, Professor Roitat Marin, have make a session in the clinical direction. We have done a session with the directors of the primary care, and everybody love it. It's simple, it works. And it has another thing, the risk. Because Google Traductor, the translate of Google or other tools are what they are. That one is prepared for clinical traduction. That means the risk is low. It's more comfortable for the patient and the family. That is, lots of them, they don't speak English, or they speak English, but not the clinical English, not the medical English, not in the sense of health. Speak what they speak. Then, artificial intelligence can be powerful, but need to go by phases. The step is driving innovation and long-term value. This is more or less, it's just to remember some concepts, and then what we have as strategic goals that can be our strategic goals or your strategic goals. It's better outcomes, improving clinical results through precision and data-driven decisions, enhance patient experience with personalized care and streaming process, lower costs. Of course, these goals with more 4 or 5 are the ones that we share with the manager, and we try to have everybody in about this. We need to have goals. Everybody needs to know. We can discuss till the end of today, but we need to have a conclusion. If we go to that way, what's the goals we need to achieve? And when? Timeline. It's easier when you make it this way. I learned in 1993, last century, with my professor of health management, and I start, be wise. You can do nothing against the staff. And you can do everything with the stuff. So easy. For some people, it seems you don't have opinion. They said, let's go that way. No. That means you need to be sure what you are doing, to have the capacity of explain, negotiate, and even in the last minute, if you cannot do it, just exist one agreement, as I used to say, is no agreement. We cannot have two positions at the same time. Then, in the end of the day, if it's the decision, is that okay? Today we don't have an agreement. That's the only agreement we can have. We need to be calm and smiling when things happen. Then, smart hospitals, the right challenge. That's the opportunity to say to you that I know your project for a while. I had the pleasure to have one or two meetings in other circumstances with Professor Leonardo Azanfirei, where he told me about the vision. Well, in fact, one was 1 year ago, quite time, about the vision, his vision, the team vision, and your vision. And let me tell you, and I believe you understand what's my mood and my board mood and what we are doing. We are in the same mood, trying to change, but change with a vision, change with priorities well defined, and change with a culture, because you cannot change. Everybody is not in the culture of innovation. And you have opportunity, in my point of view, my humble point of view, you have the opportunity of doing fast and doing well. Because it doesn't exist a building. Well, it exists, but you don't have a building with staff, patients, equipment. It's from the bottom. And then it's a great opportunity for you, for the university, for Transylvania, but for the country, to make it different and show that when the healthcare, the hospital as hospital, and the academic side, the schools, medicine, nursery, but you have in your university something very rich. You have other schools. And today, a university hospital is quite all the professions inside. And you can do it with your knowledge, your schools. You can do the vision, that is the fact. And I would like to have the pleasure to follow it and to see it happen, because it got to happen before our vision in Lisbon, because we have a huge building. We just go to finish in 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years, this kind of ensemble that said everything fitting in according to the vision and the strategy. But you have a fantastic opportunity in the difficulty that exists, by sure, because it's new, it's a different vision, but by sure it's going to be in the end a success. And this is the way not to retain. No one retain. I quite forbidden this word in my university hospital. We got to retain the doctors. Yeah. No, you need to catch them first by the heart and then by the head. If they have a life project, more than work, if they have a life project, to grow, to be different, to be part of something different, and you can involve since the beginning your students and the youngest, the ones that go to the market, thinking twice if they go to the market or if they stay and give their contribution for this project. This project is the face of the youngsters that are in the School of Medicine, nursery school, technology school. They love tools. That's the answer. And Professor Rutat Marin can confirm the difference of the faces of our residents when they face that simple tool of facilitating the communication. This is our mood. It's what we are used to. Well, thank you very much. Hope it was useful. Thank you for the attention, and all the best for the university, the hands of the rector and the president of Senate, and all the best for this smart hospital vision. Thank you.